Hey everyone, it's me, Matt. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great, and if you're from the US and you celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. So I took last week off from posting. I spent some time with friends and family at a friend's winery in Southern Oregon. It was so beautiful there. Hopefully you caught some of the shorts I posted. It was a nice change of scenery from sunny Florida. I had so much fun, but I'm so glad to be back in my garden this week. So in today's video, I'm taking it easy. I decided to sow some cool season vegetable seeds for my backyard garden. So let's get into it. So right away, these are the seeds I'll be working with today. I've got carrots, broccoli, and lettuce. These are my absolute favorite cool season garden vegetables. So all of these plants are cool season plant varieties and do best in Florida's winter months. If you try to grow them in Florida's spring or summer months, they quickly bolt and go to seed. Although here's a broccoli plant that I started from seed last fall in September of 2023. It never bolted and it's still going for it. It also never produced any broccoli, so hopefully this winter I'll finally get some. So I'm going to start with the broccoli and lettuce in containers, and then I'll sow the carrots directly in the ground. So starting with the broccoli and lettuce seeds, I've got some 1 gallon containers for the broccoli and this larger 12-inch container for the lettuce. I also picked up some compost and Miracle-Gro seed starting mix. When I fill the containers, I'm going to use the compost in the bottom of the containers, and then I'll top them all off with the seed starting mix. So this should be a quick and easy project. Starting with the broccoli, I'm going to fill these 1 gallon containers with soil and then plant the broccoli seeds 1/8 of an inch deep. I'll probably add about 4 to 5 seeds per container because these are seeds from last fall, so the germination rate might not be great. And then eventually, once these seeds germinate, I'll thin the seedlings to 1 plant per container. And then for the lettuce, I'm going to fill this larger 12-inch container with soil and sow 4 groups of 4 to 5 seeds about 1/4 inch deep. My goal is to have 4 lettuce plants in this container, so I'll also thin the seedlings once they germinate. So enough with all the talking, let's start sowing some seeds. All right, my broccoli and lettuce seeds are all sown. I'll be sure to keep the soil moist until these plants germinate. It should only take about 7 to 10 days for them to start popping up through the soil. So this is my first time direct sowing these 2 seed varieties outside. In the past, I've always started them indoors in a seed tray with a humidity dome. So fingers crossed I'm just as successful. Also, a few weeks back, I attempted to propagate lettuce plants from kitchen scraps. They were looking so good before I left for Oregon. I left them in an area where they'd get overspray from my lawn sprinklers, but I think they got overwatered while I was gone. You can see that they're looking pretty much dead. I might attempt to propagate some more lettuce, but I'm hoping my lettuce seeds do the trick instead. All right, moving on to my carrots. So in this bed, I'm going to sow 3 5-foot rows about 6 inches apart. I'm going to do my best to sow the seeds about 1 inch apart, and then eventually, once the seedlings germinate, I'll thin them to 1 plant every 3 inches. When it comes to prepping this garden bed, I used my shovel to really break up the soil. Aerating the soil allows the carrots to really root in and grow nice and big. I also amended the soil with some compost to make sure these carrots have a lot of nutrients this winter. And then lastly, I wanted to mention you should always start your carrot seeds directly in the ground and not in seed trays. Carrots are a root vegetable, and if you start them in seed trays, you risk disrupting their roots when transplanting them, which can stunt their growth, so always start them in the ground. There we go, my carrot seeds are in the ground. So it should take anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks for the seeds to germinate, and just like the lettuce and broccoli seeds, I'll be sure to keep them moist until the seedlings pop up through the soil. And then once all the seedlings emerge for all three vegetable varieties and grow to about 1 inch tall, I'll cut back the watering schedule to once every 3 to 4 days. So now that my seeds have all been planted, I'm going to move my lettuce and broccoli containers over near my carrot bed. This area gets a ton of afternoon sun and will be a great spot for all my cool season vegetable plants. And then really quick, when it comes to pest control, I deal with squirrels in my garden. In the past, I've used fake rubber snakes to try to scare them away. I ordered some new ones off Amazon. They should be here in the next day or so. I've also heard that pinwheels work too. Let me know in the comments if you deal with squirrels in your garden and what you do to keep them away from your plants. So I'm really excited that I was able to get all these cool season vegetable seeds planted today. I'm really looking forward to a bountiful harvest. Hopefully I've inspired you to plant some cool season vegetables in your garden. If you haven't already done so, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you can hang out with me in future videos. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.